So here we go again then. It's round 4 and reverse grid of the SBR BTCC Legends at Kyoto. And if you thought round 3 was going to be frantic, round 4 promises to be even more frantic, because the fast guys at the back, the slower guys at the front, and there is the grid. So Chris is on pole from Jeff, Greg, Coleman, Ash, Andrew, Jason, Alex, Dylan and Adam, Lewis, Sean, and at the back are Nathan and Ben, having started at the front in the last race. Ben winning the race, luckily for him. So Chris will look like, as a reminder of the grid by the way, Chris will look to get a good start, but he'll also be mindful that he's just a little bit off the pace this weekend, and he'll know that the guys coming through are going to be a bit pushy, and we're going to see some action anyway. So as we wait for the lights to change, flash to the lights from Greg to signal his intentions, and Jeff looking quite good for a good start there in second place. Surely the BMW gets off the line fast and we're all away. Chris with a hesitant start, actually, the Subaru. He normally should be blasting down and leading this, but Coleman down the inside as well has got a rocket start. It looks like he will take the lead, and he does. Coleman and the Julian Bailey car takes the lead from Jeff, and Chris is slotted in third with Greg pressuring him already. A lot of contact in the background. Ash is sideways, and already Sean and Lewis are trading paint. We've only gone around one corner. Nathan, a little bit hesitant at the start and is last. More contact in the middle of the field. Chris is actually just trying to get out of the way, to be honest with you. As flashing lights from Sean as he dives down the inside of Andrew. Ben down the inside of Alex, sideways from Alex, and he's collected Nathan, and in front of him there's more chaos, and it looks like Ben and Andrew's involved. More chaos, the green flags are waving, so incident is over, but Alex up to 11th, Ben down to 12th, and it's Andrew that's stuck against the wall. As we watch the replay, looks like Ash is into the corner. Does he get hit? No, he's lost the back of the car. A tap from Dylan will seal the deal, and he's just going to keep the throttle pinned on the BMW, and it's coming round, smoke pouring off the tyres. He's lost the car, he's completely round. It's hit by Jason. Chris is taking avoiding action, but obviously that's going to bunch up the field, and Andrew's obviously been hit by someone behind, and he's lost the car straight into Ben, who won the first race, and Nathan just escapes that as well, and Andrew further collects the barriers. Ben recovers, so that's one of the championship leading guys right at the back of the pack, and he'll do well to come back from that in 12th place, as we see. And Andrew will be savage with that. He's down to 13th, probably last by the time he gets going again. But at the front, Coleman leads a bit wide into there, but Jeff second, Greg third, Adam fourth, Dylan fifth, Jason in sixth as the roaring pack comes through that bottom corner. Chris sideways, and Ben already picking up places, going past Alex, and probably get past Chris as well at the top of the hill. And it is Jeff that leads still, taking a bit of a NASCAR line through that corner, and Adam up into second place past Greg. Coleman's dropped to fourth, so he's had a moment. Lewis and Sean still knocking each other around the track. Has come down through the roller coaster for the first time, and it's action everywhere. And that was Sean and Lewis hitting each other again, and Dylan looking like an inside move on Coleman, but that's, yep, he's done it. I didn't think that was going to work. Coleman looked like he got down to the apex, but a bit of a wobble on the way into the corner, and the place was taken by Dylan. As we come across the line, it feels like we've done a race already after all that action in the first lap. It's Jeff that leads from Adam. Greg holding on well in third, with Dylan now moving through quickly in fourth. Sean up the inside with Lewis as they continue to battle 3 wide into the exit of turn 1 won't do. And Sean collects the back of Coleman there as he tries to dive down the inside into the chicane, and does. So Jeff still leading, Greg second, Dylan third, Sean fourth, Coleman fifth, Lewis sixth. And looks like Nathan's passed Adam. Jason holding on well in seventh there as someone's wide on the way into the corner, and it's Coleman again getting beaten up, and it looks like now Jason's trying to get past him, and he's not quite got that done. Coleman's holding on well there, and Nathan moves on to the back of Jason through this horrible corner, which I don't like very much at all. And Greg looks like he's slowed down, and that's allowed Dylan through. Dylan moving up fast in this race, can sense an opportunity to win his first race of the season, and he's through into second place. And if Jeff does his NASCAR line, which he has, that will move him into the lead. Unless Jeff gets a good slingshot off the corner, and he's holding on. There's a bit of rubbing, but that's fine. More rubbing in the midfield. It's quite hard to keep track of who's doing what here, but Sean looks like he's going past Greg for third. We'll try and keep an eye on that. Dylan leads. And that was probably his mindset from the start, trying to get to the front as soon as possible, and it's anyone's guess who's 5th and 6th and 7th in this race. As Nathan moves past Coleman, who's getting hung up to dry quite a lot in this race, unfortunately. Coleman very quick in the first races at Brands Hatch, seems to be struggling at Kyoto this weekend. And the marauding pack comes down towards the first corner again, for this time for the third time. And it's Dylan with a nice lead. Greg trying to make a move on Jeff on the inside. That's a good bit of overtaking. The Mazda does look really good on the first corner. It pulls down really tight. And Lewis and Sean, who've been side by side since the start of this race, are still side by side. And a great move from Lewis. He's gone around the outside of Sean, and he's gone around the outside of Jeff there, sorry. And Sean down the inside of Jeff. Bit of contact, but that was always going to happen. And now Jeff's the one that's getting beaten up, very much like Coleman in the last lap. As these guys start to come through, start to flex their muscles now. They've been patient for a half a lap surely, and now it's time to start moving people out of the way and get through the pack. Coleman with Jeff and side by side there in the back. Coleman holds it. Ben makes the move on Jeff as Jeff gets a penalty for cutting the corner there. And that's moved Ben, despite a terrible first lap, up into 9th place, and Alex is through as well, moving him into the top 10. Remember, it's points from 1st down to 10th. So now it's Greg trying to hang on. Is he the next person that's going to get hung up to dry, as he's in 2nd place? Lewis trying to come through as Nathan, and Adam trying to get through the back of Jeff by the looks of it. And it's Lewis trying to get down the inside of Greg. There's a little bit of contact, but Greg's wide, and that's going to be horrible for the next corner. He's into the wall, sparks fly. He's lost 2 positions, 3 positions, 4 positions. And also Coleman overtakes him sideways, just for effect and for the cameras. And he has not quite got that done, but oh, poor Greg is dropping like a stone. He's wide at the last corner, hits the barrier, bends through, and now attacking Coleman for 7th place. But Greg's had a great debut. He's scored some points in the first race, so you can't say any more than that. This race is really hard because of the guys coming through, and Jeff also now battling with Alex. Alex was 10th for a while, has already dropped down to 11th. Andrew at the back got the worst of that contact in the first lap. But yeah, the quick guys are coming through, and Ben now down the inside of Coleman. Will that work? It has. So Coleman loses another place. Ben up into 7th now, and well, people taking a couple penalties there. That's Greg taking a penalty, and Jeff, by the looks of it, just getting those out of the way, so at least they know where they stand at the end of the race. And Dylan has got a massive lead now, but Lewis is up into 2nd. He'll try and chase him down with what's left of the race, but Dylan looks good already. It looks like he's got a massive lead, and that won't be caught. Sean somehow found his way up to 3rd, Nathan in 4th, Adam in 5th, 6th, sorry, behind Jason. Jason having a good race again. We've mentioned him a lot in the first race. We're probably going to mention him a lot in this race as well, as the cars fly down through the roller coaster and out the other end. Sean hit the curb quite badly, then getting airborne, and Lewis now eyes forward trying to catch Dylan. Dylan keeps it neat. It would be quite hard to catch him, I would have thought. That's a fair lead in touring cars. And now it looks like Sean's pitting. He's pitting early, and so's Adam. Sean pitted early in the last race, and it worked quite well for him. He gained a lot of positions, and Adam probably remembers that as well and thinks that's a good idea. Jeff and Greg are fighting. Jeff's found his new companion for this race, and him and Greg are going to go at it for most of the race, I would imagine. But the guys that pitted just got out in front of them, so that shows you how quick the pit stops are here. And Greg does take the position, which at the moment is 8th place. See Ash there battling away. Dylan still has this big lead. Lewis does look a little bit closer, but it's going to have to be a lot closer to get through. And Ben's now onto the back of Jason as he tries to fight his way back from that pretty sizable accident in the first lap at that position there, and coming out the hairpin. And Jason holding in 4th place at the moment, though, in the Primera liveried car, the Anthony Reid car. I think it was about 97, something like that. Put Anarach away and carry on with this race. And Ben's right on the back of him now, and he's got a good slipstream. He's looking down the inside, but Subaru's not that great on the straight. Down the inside, gets a bit of curb, and Jason taking the Jeff line, trying a bit of NASCAR, but he's run out of space, probably running out of tyres. And Ben takes the position quite nicely. Dylan though with a good lead. Lewis does look a lot closer though, so this is possibly not over yet like we thought it would be. Lewis is absolutely flying, and I think just behind him is Adam, I believe, but no, it's not Adam. Adam's pitted, so we expect Dylan to come in, we expect Lewis to come in, and Nathan's in third, so we expect him to come in, but already there's rumours that he may even stay out. Ben's in the Andy Rouse Mondeo liveried car, and Sean and that have got a good advantage. They've jumped in front of those guys. They were in front anyway, but they've jumped even further forward. And yeah, the rumour was true. Nathan is staying out. He's staying out. He thinks he can get to the end of the race on these tyres. He was running about 5th or 6th when all the pit stops started, so if you can match or better that, then it was worth the risk. But surely the tyre wear at this track is too much to do it on one set of tyres. Maybe he's tested it, maybe he thinks it's a good idea in certain positions. Sean with a dive bomb and knocks Adam. A little bit too aggressive there from the Scotsman, but they both live to fight another day. A flash of lights from Sean to say sorry for that. And Coleman now starting to overtake people, which is a good sign. Starting to get his mojo back. Moves past Alex for 9th. Ash is watching this in 10th, and Greg in 11th. And Chris is at the back again, but he seems to be slightly stronger on pace for this race. So it is Nathan that leads. He's taken a massive gamble trying to get through on one set of tyres. Maybe he thinks with the power of the Lexus he can stay in front if you're just careful at the slow corners, but it's a massive risk. With new tyres you have such an advantage. Sean now all over the back of Adam, going through down towards the roller coaster. Brave man that overtakes down here, and Adam will know that it's only kind of one line down through here. And in the background, where's Ben gone? Ben was there. Don't see him anymore. I think that's Jason we're seeing. But we'll concentrate on this battle for now. There's Jason and there's Ben. So Ben's lost position to Jason. So what's happened now? And here's a replay. So this will tell us. So down into the first of the roller coasters. And I said it was horrible with the curbs, and he's clipped the inside curb and it's just shot the car across the road. He's sort of kept it off the wall and almost hit Jason. So we were disappointed with that. He was just moving on to the back of that group, and now he's probably about 5 seconds off it. So as they come flashing past for another lap. And into the background, I think I saw Jeff peeling off into the pits. Ash is definitely peeling in, and still Nathan stays out, so he's committed to the strategy. Sean still fighting with Adam. Dylan now moving in towards Nathan. Probably catch him by the end of this lap, I would have thought, as Nathan's tyres will just fall off. Not literally, of course, but in terms of grip. Dylan will know he's got this race if he can just get past Nathan. He can't waste a lot of time trying to get past Nathan though, because Lewis is closing still. He has been closing during the majority of this race. So he needs to get past as fast as possible and hope that Nathan holds up Lewis. Ben moving back onto the back of Jason for what feels like the 5th time. Alex with a no penalty. Does that even matter? Does that count? Jeff closing in on the back of Greg again as he continues his duels. But now, well, it wasn't even in the end of the lap. A couple corners later and Dylan's there. Nathan might be getting that sinking feeling right now, probably thinking he should have pitted. It's too late now because he'll come out in about 10th place. So he has to stick with his strategy, and he may even just let Dylan go, knowing that there's a gap behind him. And Dylan's got a good run through the roller coaster too, and he's through up the inside into the last corner. Nothing Nathan can do. He's hanging out wide to try and get a run, but he just doesn't have the grip. And Lewis is moving in very quickly, so Dylan will try and run and hide before Lewis gets past, as Sean seems to have dropped back as well. So a moment for Sean. Jason's already passed, and Ben's passed now down on the straight. These two cars probably the slowest in the field, so this is a bit of a pointless drag race. But as Ben moves into 6th, Sean down to 7th, so he's had a sizable moment somewhere. Not sure if we get a replay on that or not, but Andrew's still trucking along in 13th, Chris in 14th. Important to show these guys they're putting in a big effort. Dylan though is through and honestly hasn't pulled a very big gap yet, and Lewis has got to try and get Nathan at the first opportunity, so then it gives him a chance to attack Dylan for the race win. And here's Jason. Is he still ahead of Ben? Yes, he is, and Sean there as well, so Sean tagging along. And this battle for the lead is still on, and now Lewis is right on the back of Nathan, but it won't be so easy to get past that Lexus. The Ingram car trying to pass the Will Hoy car, and he can't do it, as I thought, up the straight, so he's going to have to get it in a traction zone or coming out of a corner. He's trying to move Nathan wide out of here, but this will be brave as they head towards the roller coaster 2. Let's see who comes through here. When this is Lewis's favourite part of the track. He's very, very quick through here. You can see he's taking lumps out of Nathan through there. He just needs to try and get the inside line into the last corner. Will he try and dive bomb for it? Nope, can't do it, but with Nathan's grip, I'm sure he can just tuck inside like that and then try and force him a little bit wide, but he doesn't even need to do that. He just uses his grip and powers out of the corner. Adam might be next to try and make the move as Ben moves past Jason. Jason comes back at him, a little bit of contact, moves Ben a little bit wide onto the curb, and Sean's there trying to pick up the pieces. He dives to the outside of Ben, who's on the outside of Sean is Jason, and there's 3 wide heading down towards the first corner. Surely someone has to give. Greg's hit the barrier in the background, I managed to see as well, but it is Ben, and Jason's dropped 2 positions. Sean's trying to fight back and take the 5th place, but Ben has a lap newer tyres, sorry, just trying to speak English at some point here, and does take the position a little bit wide there, and that may compromise him down into the hairpin. Sean will take any opportunity. We saw that earlier in the race, and Jason's even thinking about it. Sean's had to brake so deep to try and keep Jason behind. Ben is through, and his tyres are the newest out of the 2 of them, so 3 of them, sorry. And tyre screeching, and it's Coleman. Greg having another good race, as we mentioned, and Andrew still just trying to get something out of this race. But it's Nathan now in 3rd place. Is there anyone else catching him? You can just see Adam in the background, but it's not close enough at the moment. And these guys have been battling so hard that I can't see them catching Nathan. So Nathan's strategy looks like it was a good one against all odds. And the owners of SBR Racing, they're battling 5th and 6th. Sean and Ben, with Jason just keeping a watching brief. You'd think he was out of this because they caught him pretty quick, but Jason's managed to latch on to the back of them, and he looks seriously quick down for this roller coaster too. And ooh, mistake there from Sean, just a little bit wide on the exit curb, and that's put Jason back into play. And Ben stretching away from this, doesn't want any part of it at all. But the battle for 6th looks like it's raging, and onto the last lap, I believe we're going on to now. So this race has flown by, all the action, and Jason down the inside feints to the outside, goes to the inside. Sean didn't see it coming, didn't cover it, and Jason's got it. Sean will try and hang around the outside, but looks like Jason has better grip at this stage of the race, and he proves it by out accelerating the Alpha down towards turn 2 and through the chicane. But Sean won't give up. Bit of curb and switch back from Sean. He's trying to go around the outside into the hairpin. That probably won't happen. It does happen. It won't happen, surely. Contact. Is it going to happen? And it looks like Jason's going to hang on. Great duel here, and yep, Jason's hung on, and Sean's flashing his lights in desperation, trying to put Jason off as they head down towards roller coaster 1 and through here. We can see we've seen how tricky this corner is. And when you've got worn tyres, it's so easy to go off there. But good run through the corner for Sean, who get a run up the hill. Is he alongside? He's at the quarter panel. Does that count as touring cars? So surely yes. And he retakes the position up the inside into Jeff's corner. Meanwhile at the front, Dylan has been caught massively by Lewis. Lewis is making a real charge in this last couple corners, but surely it's too late. Dylan has this race, surely. And wow, Lewis diving at him. Lewis would be sick that he hasn't won a race this weekend. He's been probably the fastest guy, and it's going to be Dylan that wins the race. Lewis will be disappointed, but he put on a great race, and to finish 2nd place is a good result anyway. Championship leader Nathan comes home 3rd on 1 set of tyres. Congratulations to him. Adam 4th, great debut for him. 5th for Ben, good championship points. 6th for Jason, who wins the battle with Sean. 7th for Sean. 8th, that looks like Coleman, who survived to get 8th. he definitely came back at the field in the second half of the race. 9th for Jeff, and it looks like the final point to Ash. Put on another great display. Greg be disappointed with that, but he was having some good battles, and Andrew will not be happy with 12th. He had better pace than that, but the crash at the start really affected him. Alex 13th, very disappointing for Alex. He's much quicker than that, but he missed the first 2 rounds, so I guess he's just learning it, and he knows how to do handbrake turns, so that's a bonus for the next round. And Chris bringing up the rear. So the finishing order was Dylan, Lewis, Nathan, Adam, Ben, Jason, Sean, Coleman, Jeff and Ash round out the points, with Greg, Andrew, Alex and Chris just outside, unfortunately. Which all means in the championship now, Nathan is 72, Ben 66, Dylan 58, Lewis 46, Sean 34, Adam moves straight in at 6th with 18, then it's Jason with 17, Liam didn't race this weekend, he's on 12 points in 8th place, Coleman 9th, Jeff is 10th, Ashley, Alex, Andrew are the rest of the point scorers. That's been a broadcast for SBR Sim Racing. Hope to see you for the next rounds at Red Bull Ring. See you there.